am still talking Explorer Journeys, and today I have 8 tips to help you to make the most of your first experience with Explorer Journeys. Hello, if you're new here, I'm Cheryl, also known as Sig the Solo Cruiser, and I've sailed over 40 solo cruises across 10 different cruise lines. And today I'm talking about Explorer Journeys. A couple of months ago, I had my first experience on Explorer Journeys on EXPLORA 1. And if you've seen that series, you already know how much I enjoyed it. So much so that I set up a group cruise for Explorer 2. So today, if you're on my group cruise, which you should be, but even if you're not and you're booked on Explorer Journeys for the first time, I have 8 tips to help you make the most of your experience. Now, tip number 1, the first thing you want to do is set the mood before you sail. Now, what does this mean? So as soon as you book, you're able to go online and go into your booking status to select your journey preferences. You will have various options where you can select your bedding type, the fragrances, whether you want their fragrance products or non-fragrance, your welcome drink, and you will also have a list of spirits that you can choose from as your personal preference. Now, once you set your journey preferences, there's also a separate section under My Account Info. Now, under My Account Info, you can verify your personal information, but also there's a section about your travel attitudes. So you can complete this section where they're asking you like the type of destinations you like, how long you like to travel. They ask you about your dream itinerary and about destination experiences. So it's a section to where they're actually trying to get to know you. It's like they're looking at you as a long-term cruiser rather than just this one particular journey. They're counting on you coming back again and again. Now, while you're in that area, you can also toggle over to the new Explorer Club loyalty program that they just started. Now, it's a new program, but you can go ahead and get registered so that when your journey occurs, you can earn points. You can earn points from the number of days you sail, from your onboard spending, and your destination experiences. So go ahead and start collecting those points now. And in addition to that, if you've sailed other luxury lines, you may also qualify for a status match. Now, if you want to know which cruise lines will apply and what level you qualify for, well, if you go into their status match section, you can download a table. It's their conversion matrix. So they will show you across other different cruise lines and other levels what level that would equate to in the new Explorer Club loyalty program. Some of the other cruise lines included Seabourn, Regent, Silver Seas, and a few more. So go ahead and see if you qualify. Hey, are you enjoying this content so far? If you are, I hope that you will like this video and subscribe to the channel so that I'll know to create more content like this. Now, the next thing you should prepare for, I'm going to talk about the dining experiences. Now, if you've seen my vlog, you've seen me go on and on and on about the dining. But here, I'm going to give you tips on how to prepare so that you can make the most of your dining experiences. Now, first, at least on my sailings and at least for now, you're able to reserve 1 reservation for each specialty restaurant. And on Explorer 1 and Explorer 2, there are 2 specialty restaurants that you can make reservations for. And that was the Steakhouse, Marble and Company, and the Pan-Asian restaurant, SIGCruiser. Now, even though you can only make 1 reservation in advance, don't be disappointed because once you get on board, they have a station set up where you can make additional reservations for all of the restaurants on board, even the specialty restaurants, SIGCruiser and Marble and Company. Now, in addition to that, there are 2 additional restaurants, the Med Yacht Club and Fil Rouge. So Fil Rouge was a walk-in restaurant. You can walk in at any time. You didn't need to make a reservation, although I will say reservations were highly recommended for dinner around 6 or 7 p.m. because that seemed to be a very popular time for people to walk in for dinner. So if you wanted a guaranteed seating at that time, that might be a time you want to make a reservation for. And there was also the Med Yacht Club. Now, Fil Rouge and the Med Yacht Club, you want to check your daily schedules for that because they are open on either sea days or open for breakfast, for lunch, as well as dinner. So be sure to check your daily schedule. On your daily programming, they do have lists of open times and closing times for each restaurant and at each time for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, another tip, because this is something that I missed out on. If you're looking for fresh seafood, especially like in the Med Yacht Club, go early in your sailing. I wanted to get mussels and I went later in the sailing and they did not have them. And the staff did tell me later in the week on longer sailings, they will not have fresh seafood because it won't be fresh anymore. So if you really, really want fresh seafood, go early in your sailing. Now, for your first time on an Explora Journey sailing, when you come across the Marketplace Emporium, it is not a buffet. They like to look at it as a food hall where you have different stations of different cuisines set up. So mostly everything is made to order. So you go in and place your order. If you have different allergies or different preferences, you can order your meal the way that you want it. And once you are seated, it is like an open table restaurant where you have servers. You have dedicated servers in your area. So they will come and pour your water and pour your coffee or pour your drinks. And they will assist you with anything that you need. So I agree with them. It is definitely not a buffet at all. So it is a food hall. It is an open restaurant experience. Now, while I felt that their food was on another level compared to other cruise ships, definitely a gourmet experience, they still do have a specialty restaurant for a fee. I'm not going to quote the price because I cannot remember off the top of my head exactly what it was. And I did not experience it, but I did hear of others who experienced it on my sailing. And they said it was a unique experience. It was something that they tried once. It was a different experience. Would they do it again? No, not because they didn't like it, because the food around the ship, everything is so good. They felt like they didn't need that extra experience, but they were glad that they did it once. So is it something that I might try? I think the next time I go, this may be an experience that I may try just to try it. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is ocean wellness, because this is what Explora Journeys is all about. They're all about you and the ocean, you taking time for yourself. They're about self-care. They're about mindfulness. Their motto is an ocean state of mind. Ocean wellness is what they're all about. So their spa is a great experience. Now, is it the biggest spa that I've seen? No, because it is a smaller ship, but to me, it was a great and elevated experience. Now, I will tell you the things to prepare for. You do not have to reserve the thermal spa in advance of your cruise, but once you get on the cruise, you do need to make a reservation for sea days, because on sea days, there are going to be a lot of people who may want to use the spa, so they want to kind of monitor that access. So you will have to make reservations on a sea day. However, on port days, you can come and go as you please from 8 to 8 a.m. At least those were the hours when I was on board Explora 1, but you do not need to make a reservation on port days. With that ocean wellness, of course, they have a fitness center, but they also have different fitness classes. And in particular, I love the yoga classes and the mindfulness classes, meditation classes. So if that's something that you're into, like I am, they have those throughout the day. You can check the schedule. They do like for you to reserve your class time at least 24 hours in advance. And I believe that this is so that they'll have a room count or know how many are coming. Their fitness area, the classroom area, is not very big, so there's only a certain number of people that they can accommodate. So they try to have a schedule listed so that they'll know how many people in advance are coming and know when they've reached maximum capacity. Now, I would not recommend this, but I was able to get in on the day of a class without making a reservation, and I didn't have any expectations. One day I just got up and I wanted to attend a yoga class, so I just went by to see if there was space, and luckily I was able to get in and there was space. So that's probably something you can definitely do. If you don't make a reservation, just go by the fitness center room and see if they have any availability. But just know that it is recommended that you sign up for classes 24 hours in advance. Now, the next thing I want to prepare you for is their destination experiences, or you may be familiar with the term shore excursion. Now, if your booking comes with a destination experience credit, you want to double check to see if you have to spend those credits before your cruise. If so, and you do not spend it before your cruise, well, you lose that and you won't be able to use that credit on board. So definitely check your booking and check any journey experience credits that you may have to see if you need to use them beforehand or if you can use them on board. Now, another thing to prepare for, especially if you're going to ports that you've never been to before, well, EXPLORA Journeys has luminary discussions to where they even talk about their destinations. Now, it's not like other ships where I experience where they talk about the shopping, like the shopping experiences and where to go to get this or that, and who they're in partners with to get you to go to these different places. They actually talk about the destination, give you the history and additional information about it. So be sure to check that out, especially if it's a port that you've never gone to before. Now, for the destination experience itself, to me, they are an elevated shore excursion experience. I did an experience that was a guacamole salsa, something that I've seen on other cruise lines, but this to me was an elevated experience. From the transportation to the companies that they were in partner with, it was just a great overall experience. When we went to the beach, we were escorted to our own private area that was roped off from everyone else. So it was just a different experience than most cruise lines. It was comfortable. It's like a pampered experience. So definitely expect an experience that may be a level up from experiences of other cruise lines. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is the pre-post journey experience with EXPLORA Journeys. There are just some clients who want a totally seamless process. So they prefer everything to be handled through the cruise line, from flights to final transportation. Now, if that's you, if that's something that you're looking for, EXPLORA Journeys has that as well. Through EXPLORA Journeys, we can book your flights, any hotel accommodations, and any transfers. Also, once you're on board for debarkation, if you have not chosen any type of post-journey experience to that point, you can still select it while you're on board. Whether it's a post-journey experience, say you have a late flight and you want something to do in the meantime, rather just sitting at the airport, you can book a post-journey experience. Or if you want a private transfer or a shuttle to the airport and you haven't made that arrangement prior to debarkation day, well, you still have the opportunity to do that once you're on board. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the online check-in process, because it is smooth, it is seamless. So when I checked in, it was an easy peasy process. Again, just checking your travel information. Be sure that you have your travel documents and be sure to check your names and dates on your travel documents. So you want to check it at that time. Now, they will send you an email reminder for your check-in process. Now, one thing that I noticed that was different was that as you go through the check-in process, you do not select your boarding time, but they assign a time to you. Now, don't be worried, because tip number 7, they gave me a check-in time. So for the check-in time that was assigned to me, it felt like I was the only one there. I walked in, walked up, walked right into the first check-in station where I had to show my documentation, then on to the security screening process, and then right up to the waiting area. And from that point on, it's like you're escorted your way through the check-in process. You're escorted to a certain part of the waiting area, and then as a group, when it's time for you to go from the waiting area to the next step in the check-in process, you're escorted there too. You're escorted all the way through the process until it's time for you to get onto the ship. So with EXPLORA Journeys, expect a low and stress-free boarding process. At no time was I fighting a crowd or having people bump into you. You're not bumping into anyone else. It's just I just cannot tell you how stress-free the boarding process is. There's no room for confusion. So if you're worried about going solo or worried about cruising for the first time and not knowing where to go, I believe at no time will you experience that, because there's always someone there escorting you through the process, and there's always someone there to answer any questions you have at any time. And my tip number 8, the last thing to expect on embarkation day is relaxation on board. Now, it's going to be a totally different experience, and it just depends on who you are and the cruising experiences you like to have, whether you will like that or not. Now, on embarkation day, if you're looking for that super hyped up experience, no, this is not that type of experience. Embarkation, it was smooth, it was relaxing. It was like a focus on the sunset and a focus on the sail away rather than a focus on a big hyped up high energy party for sail away. So just imagine sailing away with an open view in the back overlooking the ocean while you have a glass of champagne or whatever your favorite drink is, and just watching the skyline just fade away in the distance while you listen to soft music, maybe some jazz. Just imagine, just picture that type of sail away and that type of environment. It's just smooth music, a drink, relaxing, chatting with your fellow cruisers, light conversation. So it's just a nice and relaxing experience. And if that's the type of experience you enjoy, you will love it. So those are my 8 tips to help you make the most of your first experience on EXPLORA Journeys. Are you ready to try EXPLORA Journeys, but don't want to try it alone? Join me on EXPLORA 2 for my Caribbean Opulence Group Cruise. Check the description box for the link. Now, are you ready for your first or your next cruise and need assistance? Scan the QR code and let's work together to plan your customized cruise experience.